Q Judson asked, how long does it usually take to hear back from sellers regarding your mailer? Well, I give them about 3 or 4 weeks to respond to my mailer, but sometimes they file it away and they call me much later and just ask, are you still interested? So I've had people call me a year later, so it's hard to really say that for sure. But most of the time, we put the deadline in there so that they will feel the urgency to go ahead and call. So usually within the first 3 weeks, I get a huge influx of calls right after the mail hits. So I usually will send my mail out on a Thursday or Friday so that by Monday morning, people are receiving the mail, and I start getting lots of calls on Monday and Tuesday. They do respond pretty quickly, especially the negative, the negative ones. Before they throw it away or tear it up, they call and cuss me out, or they'll send me a letter, with big Sharpie that says, "Are you crazy?" Stuff like that. Um, how long does it? Okay, you're welcome, Glenn. Let's see. Philip, hi, do you have anyone helping you in this business like outsourcing help? Oh, yes, Philip, I couldn't do this business by myself. There are too many moving parts and pieces. I have a business partner that helps me do the research and the comps, and then we have VAs that help us with everything from skip tracing to copywriting to posting on social media to, I mean, I could go on. There's 6 or 7 different things I do to outsource. But yes, that's the only reason I can be here right now helping you is because I am outsourcing and automating a lot of my business. So that helps me have some more free time. And since most people in this group are just beginners, I wouldn't worry too much about that just yet. You could go ahead and outsource your due diligence when you get a signed contract back. You could send that off to Landmaster, and they can do that for you. They can also help you with some of your graphics and stuff for your website. But they offer a lot of services, and they're pretty well trained. They're VAs out of the Philippines, and I would highly recommend them for any outsourcing that you need. Um, okay. Have I ever, oh, Connor Swanson said, have you ever had a realtor tell you they cannot write you an offer for their client until I own the land? I have not had that because my contract, which you can download from landflipping101.com, it gives me permission to market the property. Hi, Michael Russo. On the blind offer, how does the offer date, closing date populate? That is a column in my data set that I upload. So you can work with Rocket Print to get a template for your letter, and like for one column it has the legal description, one column has the city, state, and county. You know what I mean? So you can have it load in. You can mail merge it so that one of the columns has that information: the offer date, the closing date, and the pricing. And Q asked, how many mail pieces can $5,000 to $6,000 get you? I'm spending probably about 75 cents per piece of mail. So that's for everything out the door. That's for the data. That's for the pricing. That is for the letter, the envelope, the stuffing of it, the printing, the stuffing, and the mailing. It's for everything. It's about 75 cents or so per. And you can tell them Chris Thomas recommended you, and they'll give you the same price that I have. And Perry asked again, what system do you use to track all the incoming calls? That's a great question. As a beginner, I would just recommend you use an Excel spreadsheet. That is all you need. Just have a column for, all their contact information, what they're interested in, any notes of what they said in the call, what they're looking for. And I think that's plenty. Now, as a more advanced land investor, I'm now using Trello to track all the different phases of my properties because I'm involving my VAs in Trello, and I'm automating stuff that automatically gets sent to them. There are checklists in there that people can follow. And anyway, it's a lot more complicated, but as a beginner, I would not worry about that part. I would just use an Excel spreadsheet. And Philip says, what do you think about states like Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Kansas? I'm in Texas. I think they're great states. I think you can have success in pretty much any state. I am doing business in Oklahoma right now. I know that I was just told that in November they're not allowing double closes anymore. There was like a law passed, so just be aware of that. And I know in Texas, I've got a deal in Texas too. They are saying that I can put it on the MLS now. I've been able to do that through a flat fee service that wasn't available, until just recently. And I think technically, I just have one property in Texas, so I don't know a ton about Texas, but I think that there's a thing in there where you have to say you're selling the contract, not the property. I don't know if that's 100% true, so take it with a grain of salt. Okay, Sam asks, how do I mail the neighbor letters where the land is located? Do I mail them letters, postcards, or just a flyer? And how's the process done? Is there a website for that? Yes, I use DataTree to get my neighbor letters. I don't send a neighbor letter to my property owner, so make sure you pull that out. And then yes, I have a template that I use that has a little map of where it's located. And I don't put a purchase price in there because I want neighbors to call me and tell me all about the area and also tell me what they'd be willing to pay for it. I usually send the neighbor letters before I post it on the internet for sale. Okay, so I can get a little bit of a preview from them. I just say, hey, you're welcome to make me an offer. Neighbors get the best deal if I don't have to put it on the MLS and market it for sale. So make me a great offer and I'll go ahead and sell it. And usually within a week or so, I'm getting ready to put it on the MLS. And so I don't always tell them what I'm going to market it for. I want to hear what they have to say. Anyway, hope that answers your question. And let's see. Gosh, there's probably more questions than I really have time to answer. I'll try to check and see if there are any other questions. I'm trying to check the page every day, a couple times a day, to answer questions. So please feel free to just post your questions in here or send me a private message. The key to my success has just been consistent daily action. I just send mail every single week without fail. And if you do the same thing, you'll find success also, because it's a proven business model. There are motivated sellers. You're looking for a situation. You're looking for a person who has a situation where they don't want the land, they don't want to deal with it for whatever reason. And you can start as small or as large as you like. I told you I target $40,000 retail value and up, but you don't have to target that price. You can target, and I'm also targeting 5 acres and up. So you could target, 3 to 5 acres. You could target 10 to 20. You could target $10,000 retail value where the buy price is only like $2,500. There's a lot of different options. It's a matter of just knowing what you're after and what your goals are. If you have any questions, just reach out to me by posting a question on this page or send me a private message, and I'd love to hear about your journey into real estate investing. Like, what brought you here and what are you hoping to learn? I'd love to help you get your land investing business moving forward, because you can do this, and I'll help you. Keep in touch. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.